because we got a whole bunch of stuff up here that we want to give away to you guys. But without much further delay, I want to thank some of the most important people here, and those are our panelists. Our panel is made up of parents from the community, youth workers in the community, as well as youth in the community. Please feel free, let's have a real honest discussion here. Let's try not to do the cookie cutter song and dance, you know, well, it should be this way. Let's talk about what really works and what really doesn't work. We're here to talk about solutions to the problems that we have. If you guys can see that chart over there, I don't know if everybody can see it. It's just a little bit outdated. Can you please pull it up? This data may be from a year or two ago, but it's kind of astounding at the extremely high rates of teen pregnancy that we have right here in Little Old Niagara Falls. People always go, right here in Little Old Niagara Falls? Yes, right here in Little Old Niagara Falls. We had a problem on our hands, and I figured one way to kind of come up with a solution is to bring us together and to talk about it. I think too often we sit in the room as adults and make decisions for kids, and we never really involve those kids in it. So today we're going to involve those kids in the decision making. There is a series of questions that will be asked of them by our moderator, Mr. Saladin Allah. And when he is done, if you guys have any questions, just raise your hand and I'll pass you out a little post-it note. You can write your question on there and we'll make sure your questions get answered as well. Okay, we are here tonight to talk about pro-youth issues. We are pro-youth in this community, and we want to make sure that we're doing the best we can for the kids here. Okay, so I'm going to just introduce the panel to you really, really quickly, and then we're going to get started. All the way down on the far end over there, we have Miss Linda Smith from the Niagara Falls Weed and Seed Program. Stand up, Linda. From the STARS program, we have Tyler Laurel. Also from the STARS program, we have Dolores Herrera. Another youth from our community is Donald Pinnell. From the Niagara Falls Boys and Girls Club, we have Mr. Rick Thomas. And from the Center for Young Parents, as well as the Niagara Falls Boys and Girls Club, we have Miss Nadia Jones. And let me just give you guys a little bit of a bio on our speaker, Mr. Saladin Allah. Saladin Allah is a 1993 graduate of LaSalle Senior High School. Sorry, I guess I'm the only one here. From LaSalle Senior High School. He also attended Central State University in Wilberforce, Ohio, where he majored in therapeutic recreation. Upon returning to Western New York, Mr. Allah started his career as an author, performing artist, and youth mentor, and has performed internationally with the hip-hop group The Illuminist, opening for many touring concerts, including the Wu-Tang Clan. His published works include Asia's Volume 1 through 3, Tale of an Urban Sufi, and Love, Hell, or Right. Through his life program, Mr. Allah serves as a youth mentor, teaching Passport to Manhood and Game Plan at the Youth Power Program at the Niagara Falls Boys and Girls Club. So without much further ado, can we all give Mr. Saladin a warm welcome?
Thank you. Peace. How y'all doing today? You want to come up here? You want the mic? You sure? Okay. To kind of give y'all a little background on, you know, my career as like a youth mentor. First of all, the first thing to understand is a mentor just means tutor or coach. So essentially, not only people, but also places and things serve as mentors in your life. To share some of my background as far as growing up. By show of hands, how many people have younger siblings in here? Okay, so most of y'all do. Me, myself, I have a family of 6 brothers and sisters. So I'm right in the middle. I got 2 older sisters, older brother, and I got 3 younger brothers. Now, my younger brothers are like a year and a half younger than me. So when we was growing up, I always had to look out for them. You see what I'm saying? Wherever we went, you know, it'd be like, we may be going over to Canada, we may be way over here in Unity Park. See, I grew up in Midtown, y'all know where that is, right? What Park and stuff, right? I grew up over there. So, growing up in that area, you know, being a year and a half older than my younger brothers, you know, my parents, they held me responsible for a lot, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think it was probably the 7,926 whooping that I got. for no reason.
Yeah, that's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like my brothers used to get in trouble. I'm around them. We come home and my parents ask me what happened. I wouldn't say nothing, obviously. They get a whooping. I get a whooping too for not being responsible. So it was one moment in my life where I realized, I was like, you know what? Dude, I ain't getting no more whoopings for y'all, right? Now y'all familiar with a boys club is, right? Now, I think I was probably about 13. I was 13, my brothers was 12. And we was walking home from the boys club. This is the time when I made a decision to be a leader and not to sit there and just not say nothing when my brothers is doing something bad. So we walking from the boys club, and unlike other humans that walk on the sidewalk, these dudes decided to walk from the boys club all the way to Club Park over the top of cars. Walking, I'm talking about, they start from the bumper where the license plate is and walk over the top of cars all the way down. So I'm sitting there looking at these dudes, I'm like, yo, I'm telling them when we get home.
He's still tapping.
No doubt, that's one of them. Yeah, okay, so then that wasn't enough for them. When they see mailboxes on the corner, they pushing over mailboxes too. So I'm like, yo, nah, man. Now, y'all familiar with where the boys club is, 17th Street, right? It wasn't as cosmopolitan as it is now. Do y'all know what the word cosmopolitan means? Okay, fancy word. Diverse. Y'all know what that means? Here, let me say it a little more real. It wasn't as many black people that live over there by the boys club, or people that are low income. You know what low income means?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how it was back then. So I'm really kind of shook, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is, something could really happen, you know what I mean? So anyway, we get home. As soon as I walk in the house, I just go straight to my mother and I tell her, right? Now, on one hand, we didn't have the word snitch back then. You know what I'm saying? We had the word tattletale.
I'm using that word about you now.
I know you still do. Yeah, so, this is the first time I didn't get a whooping for something I didn't do. You understand what I'm saying? So something clicked in my mind. I was like, even though they was talking about me, like, yeah, you a tattletale, blah, 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 blah. I was like, yo, but I ain't getting no whooping. You know what I'm saying? And that was the last time in my life that I got a whooping for something that I didn't do. But another thing I realized, that once you know something, especially when you're a year or a little older than somebody else, you're accountable for what you know. Even when it comes to like a court of law, you could be with somebody walking and see them do something. I know people that are serving time right now in prison for something they did not do at all. You know what they're serving it for? Because they was around somebody and they didn't say nothing.